Hey everyone, it's Karen with the Yes Please PaperCrafts. So in this video, I'm going to be creating a scrapbook layout for Simple Stories Saturdays, which is a scrapbooking collaboration that's hosted by my friend 𝗬𝗵𝗆𝗄. And I will have links to everyone's YouTube channel that is participating in this collaboration in the description below. So y'all be sure and go check out everyone's videos to see what they created with their Simple Stories collections. Okay, so for this layout, I really wanted to use a collection from Simple Stories called Simple Vintage Lemon Twist. This is the most gorgeous color combination of yellow, teal, black, and white, and it's super pretty. And when it first came out, I fell in love with it, but I did not pick it up because I was on a bit of a spending freeze. But then when Black Friday rolled around last year and I was doing some shopping at the different sales, a cherry on top had a bunch of the Simple Stories collections on sale for $5. So I couldn't pass that up, and I picked up 2 of the Simple Stories collection kits, and also the ephemera, which is the floral bits, and then I also have the banner sticker sheet, which is a 12x12 cardstock sticker sheet. And so that's what I have to work with for this layout. Now, I have been trying to get over COVID. I got sick with COVID back in July, I think around July the 2nd, right before the 4th of July weekend. And so I've been trying to recover from that. Now I think I have a sinus infection, so I'm not feeling too good. So when you want to scrapbook and you're not feeling good or you're tired, but you still would like to enjoy your scrapbooking, I think one of the best ways to do that is to use a sketch. Because using a sketch, you can get inspiration, and you also have a bit of a roadmap, or in this case, a page map, and how to create your layout. So it makes it a little bit easier. You don't have to think as much about it. And so I like to go look at page maps. It's one of the best places to go look for layout sketches for layouts. And if you have not heard of page maps, it's a free resource where you can get sketches. And I'll have a link to their website in the description below. So as I was looking through, I'm looking for a sketch that I can use with one picture. And I came across this one, which I thought was super cool. It's from January 2021. And I love that it had this really fun border behind the background. So I'm going to use a white cardstock for the background. And then I'm going to pick one of the papers that has a lot of color and a lot of pattern. And I think this is a really fun way to use a busy paper, is to mat your layout. And this one, it looks like it's about a 1-inch border all the way around. So I think that's going to be super pretty. And it has a place for one photo. There's the title here. And then I also picked this particular sketch because it had these florals. And I knew that I had this floral ephemera. So I think it is going to be really pretty to create a large cluster down here with those flowers and the lemons and butterflies. I just can't wait to work with this collection. I'm super excited. Okay, so the picture that I'm going to use is this picture here. This is a picture of my niece Courtney. And my niece Courtney is now, I'm trying to remember how old she is. I think she might be 26. And she just got her first job as a teacher. She went to college. She's been going to college for a long time, part-time, and she got her teacher's degree, and now she is working as a teacher at a Baptist school. And so yeah, I'm super excited for her. This will be her first year as a teacher. She's starting in August. And she loves dogs. She absolutely adores dogs. So this picture was taken quite a long time ago. We were in a pet store and they were having some kind of an adoption event with a bunch of little puppies and dogs, and she fell in love with this little puppy, and she was holding it, and we snapped this picture of her, and I just think it's the most adorable picture of her and this little dog. And I accidentally printed this picture twice, so when I went to pull it off my printer, I had 2 copies of the picture. And as I'm looking at the picture, I love the picture, but I didn't really love that it has this whatever this is in the background is something that was on the shelf in the store. And it's an orange and a bright blue, and it doesn't really go with my color scheme that I'm going for here with this lemon twist collection. So since I had 2 copies of the picture, I thought, well, I'm just going to try to crop this picture down and see how that would work. And so I really love this so much more because I cropped down the side of the picture. I did cut off a little bit of her shoulder, and I think that's okay in this case. Normally I would not cut into a person like that, but the picture is already chopped off in several places, and I think I like it so much better because in the original picture her shoulder was kind of forward toward the camera, and it was kind of almost even overshadowing her face. And I think by chopping that off, it really makes her face and the puppy more of a focal point. So the other thing that I did for the picture was I did want to make sure that the picture was more of a rectangle. So I did also cut a little bit off of the top of the picture. And in the original picture, the top of her head was already cut off. So I was okay with cutting a little bit more of that off. And I think this picture is going to work so much better with this collection than the original. So I like that so much better. Now the other thing I could have done is I could have left the picture as a 4x6 and then put something over here on top of this, but it's very close to her face. And in the sketch, there's nothing on that side of the layout. The clusters are down here, the title's over here, and there's another cluster up there. And I don't know if I was going to end up putting anything there next to the top of this picture. And so yeah, I think I'm okay with just going ahead and cropping that picture down. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do here is to find a picture to use to mat the background. And for my cardstock, I'm using this American Crafts cardstock. This is really awesome. You can get this from Joann's, but I had picked this one up from scrapbook.com. And when they shipped it to me, it was damaged in shipment. The whole stack of 60 sheets of cardstock was bent in the corner. Some of them were way worse, but Scrapbook.com has really excellent service. When I contacted them to tell them that my paper had gotten damaged in shipment, they were out of stock for the paper. They just told me to keep this paper, and they would credit my credit card with the so that I could get a refund. And then I just ordered some other paper that they had because I was looking for some white cardstock to use as backgrounds. And you really can't use this as a background if the corners of the papers are all bent up. So I love to use this paper whenever I'm doing a layout where I have to cut the paper down and I'm matting the background. So I'm going to use this paper. That was a long explanation of all that. But it really does come in handy to have that. And it's a really good deal because I like the quality of this American Crafts paper. It's got some texture to it. It's really nice weight. It makes a really great paper for a background. And it comes in white. They also have a vanilla and a black. And you can get 60 sheets of that paper. And when Joann's has it on sale, they'll sometimes put it on sale for 50% off. So it's a really awesome deal. Okay, so we have the picture. We have the white cardstock for the background. This is a pocket that I have that I picked up from Hobby Lobby that I keep some collections in. I use this pocket because it's a really heavy, sturdy pocket. And because this one has mostly paper and it just has this one pack of ephemera. So that's a good storage solution if you have a bunch of paper and not very many embellishments. Now I did do a video on my YouTube channel. It's part of a hop that we're doing called Let's Get Organized. It's a YouTube hop with a bunch of scrapbookers who share their different organization ideas and show how they store different things in their craft room. And the first hop that we did, which was hop number 1, was on scrapbooking collections. And so I shared how I store all my scrapbooking collections in that video. So if you're interested in that, I'll put a link to that video in the description below. Okay, so here is the different things that we have. I do have this 12x12 sticker sheet that is the banner stickers. And I picked up these items also when I shopped at a Cherry on Top with that sale. And I picked up some of the individual papers as well. They had all of this on sale for a really low price. I think this ephemera was just a couple of dollars. The stickers were just maybe like $2. And then they had a bunch of the paper on sale as well. So I picked up some of the different paper that they had, like extra papers. And yeah, I kind of went a little crazy. I also was able to get the Simple Vintage Lemon Twist 6 papers. They had that on sale as well, which this is more of a kind of solid papers with a little bit of mixed media or just cut, you know, like different marks on it, which is really cool. These make really awesome backgrounds or papers to use to mat your photos. And it's just all of the different colors from the collection. Okay, now here is the actual collection kit that I got. And I believe I did get 2 of these. This was the collection kit that was $5. It's 12 sheets of double-sided cardstock and an element sheet, a cut-apart element sheet, and a 12x12 cardstock sticker sheet. I think this collection is just gorgeous. Oh, I think this was paper that I got from the sale, and I must have not realized that I put it in here with this. This is actually from another collection called Simple Vintage Cottage Fields, which is gorgeous. And I'll have to go put that in with the right collection. Okay, so here is the Simple Vintage Lemon Twist paper. Isn't that gorgeous? That is just the most awesome colors. Look how pretty. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. I don't know how I'm going to pick this one paper to use as my border. Look how gorgeous this paper is. Oh my goodness. I love it all. Oh wow. Super pretty. The colors are just to die for. I'm going to have to find some more pictures that I could use to scrapbook with this collection. Look how gorgeous all of these cut-aparts are. My goodness. It's just fun to sit and look through paper. More cut-aparts. Simple Stories does include quite a few cut-aparts in their collections, which are really awesome. 𝗬𝗵𝗋𝗄𝗂. That's cute. We have a black and white. Okay, this must be the cardstock stickers. Yeah, and I have 2 of those. Super pretty. I love all of the butterflies and then the lemons and the florals. This makes me happy just looking at it. Okay, and I think that this is the same paper. And yeah, just all the same paper. That's the second collection here. Okay. Choices. It's kind of sticking together. I think I had a little bit of a damaged edge right here to this sticker sheet. But I'm not complaining at the price that I paid. That was an awesome deal. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do here. Okay, so I want to find a paper to use as the mat for the background. And it looks like there's only a couple of more papers actually on here. And then I'll pick out some papers to use to map my photo. I think I'm going to map my photo maybe 3 or 4 times because I want to make it a more of a larger focal point on the layout. Okay, so we have... I think this paper here would be a good one to use as one of the mats, just because it's more of a solid. All right, I just want to take this white paper and kind of lay it down against here. And just to kind of get an idea of how it's going to look, because if you look at the entire paper, it's not going to look the same if you use it for that entire sheet or a large part of that sheet, or you just use it for the edge to match your picture. Now this one I would probably save to use as a background, and that's really pretty. But you can see how the color in her top, it's really, you know, I think that color really blends in with this collection really well. That's gorgeous. I love this one with the black background with the yellow and blue butterflies. That might win. So let's check out and see what else we have. I really love that. That's pretty. I'm just wondering if it suits the look and feel of the picture. I think I'm really leaning more towards using a blue or the black for the background. I don't think the yellow stands out enough against the white color. Isn't that a gorgeous piece of paper? Oh my goodness. I love that. Just put a picture here. You wouldn't have to do much to create a layout with that paper. That's just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, here's another paper with blue butterfly, or blue background with yellow butterflies. We have the cut apart. There's too many to, now that's pretty. I like that. I don't necessarily think that that really matches the picture because it looks more sophisticated, and I think because she's so young in this picture and it's got a peppy, I don't think I would use it, but it's super cute. And then there's just the plain black. Now this paper that is the black and white polka dot would also make a really good mat for the pictures, but I don't know if I want to give up the cut aparts because these are really pretty. Now I do have 2 of each sheet, so I could possibly do that, but I could also just use black cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this one that I loved, which had the, is it this one? I think it was this one. Yeah, I really love that one a lot. And then the other one that I really liked was this blue and white gingham. I really think that that suits the picture more. One of the funny things about ginghams and checks and different papers is depending on where you put the, where you cut it, sometimes it looks weird. And so I don't know if I would use that for the mat. Although the mat's going to be pretty big, so it might work. But that is something to think about when you're looking at paper to use to match your layout. I just keep going back to this paper with the butterflies. I think that's really pretty. And I do have extras of that one, because it looks like I have maybe 3 of this paper. But I think in the end, I'm going to pick this one. It just has a brighter look, which suits the picture, I think, a little bit more than using the paper here that has the black with the florals. And I am going to use quite a few of the florals to create a large cluster. And I think that this gingham paper with the teal color is a little bit more suited, I think, and it will help to focus your eye in towards the center, where this, I think, would draw your eye more towards the edge. So even though I was thinking I was going to use one of these really busy papers as the paper around the edge, I really think that I like this gingham paper. So I think we're going to go with that. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to find some paper to use for the mats that I'm going to use. And I think that maybe we can use some busier patterns here. Okay, so I think I really like this color combination here. I love this black and white print next to the photo. I think it makes the photo pop a little bit more. I thought the yellow didn't really add as much to the photo, so I decided not to use that one. And then we have this pretty aqua paper. There's a little bit of a tone-on-tone background, and then this busier paper. And so I'm just going to layer this up like this and create 3 photo mats for that picture. It's really going to make that pop. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is I'll go ahead and mat my picture, and I'll mat the layout, and then I'll come back and we'll go ahead and embellish. Okay, so I matted my picture with 3 different papers. I really love the way that turned out. And then I have my background, which is a white cardstock. It's cut down to a 10 by 10 square. I did add some double-sided sticky tape, and then I just released the sticky tape just on each one of the 4 corners, and I'm just going to fold that down like this. It makes it really easy to get this lined up onto the background. And then we have the 12 by 12 paper here that I did gut the inside out. I love doing that when I love a paper and I love this paper, so I decided to go ahead and just cheat a little bit and take the inside of that out, and I could use it on another layout as a layer or to mat a photo, and I think that's super cool. So let's go ahead and just stick this down. Makes it really easy to get this all lined up because it doesn't really stick down until you press the corners. I'm going to grab my T-square ruler because I want to make sure that I have this even and lined up all the way around. Okay, so this is 10 by 10 and this is 12 by 12, so we should have 2 inches from the edge of the paper, or no, 1 inch. Should be 1 inch from the edge of the paper to where that is. So I'm just going to measure around here and make sure that this is about 1 inch on all 4 sides before I glue it down. Okay. Alright, so once I have pressed on all 4 of the corners and I measured to make sure it was 1 inch on all 4 sides, I'm just going to remove the rest of the released tape, or the released paper for the tape, just by pulling on the ends. And it's really an awesome way to get your paper lined out without having to struggle with it sticking, where you're, it's not lined up and you're trying to pull it off and put it back down. And so this is a trick I learned from my friend 𝗬𝗵𝗁𝗲. Y'all should definitely go check out her channel if you have not seen her videos yet, because she has a lot of really awesome tips and her layouts are really beautiful. And I love watching her videos. Okay, so we have our picture matted, we have our background created, and then I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for my title. And I came across this cut apart, which says "Squeeze Me," which I thought was adorable because she's squeezing the little puppy. But I wasn't really 100% sure that I really loved that as a title. So I went looking through the cut aparts to try to see if I could find something else. And I came across this cut apart, which is beautiful. It says "You're the Sweetest." And I thought maybe I would just put this on the side here as my title, and then maybe put this little lemon right here. I think that's really cute. Now I wanted something a little bit more to add over here, because when you look at the sketch, it has a bigger piece of paper here. It has kind of layers of paper with the title, so I thought it would be fun to bring in a couple of more patterns. So I went back through the paper and I decided that I should mat this little square with this black polka dotted cardstock, just to give it a little bit more definition for the edge of it. And then I thought I would bring in this paper, which is this gorgeous plaid paper. It's yellow, teal, black, and white. It has all the colors in it. And I think that's going to look so pretty to mat this piece over here, and then I'll be overlapping the photo like so. Okay. So that is the plan for the title for this layout. Now for the embellishments, I was looking at the sticker sheets and also this banner sticker sheet, and there's a ton of stuff on here that I could, use for this layout. And these stickers are just so awesome. I just love them so much. And so if you look at the sketch, we'll go back and look at the sketch. We have this little cluster up here at the top, and then we have the big floral cluster down here. And then there's a bunch of like little word strips right there. And I definitely could pull a bunch of stickers off to create this. I have the ephemera pack that I could use, plus maybe use some of the stickers. I thought it would be really cool to use a sticker up here, maybe one of the stickers from the banner sheet. And I was looking specifically at this one here because it's a little bit smaller. All of these other ones are really big. This is a really large sticker. This is a really large one here. And then this one hangs down quite a bit. I don't really have that much room at the top of the layout. So I thought about either using this one here, which is a really pretty, to use that banner, or if that looks like it would be too big, I could try this one here, which is smaller. And this actually might work better, but I think I'm going to maybe try this out, and if it doesn't work out, I'll just put it back on the sticker sheet. But you can see that we have all of these word stickers down here. And I just love this collection. This collection has got to be one of my favorite collections from Simple Stories. Just the sayings, the colors, and the butterflies. I just love everything about it, actually. Okay, so let me go ahead and cut this paper down and get this matted, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have my title and I have this paper cut down to the size that I think it needs to be, I'm going to start by adding a few florals down here to see how much space I have up here, to see whether or not I want to use this larger banner or the smaller one. I think I'm kind of leaning more towards the smaller one, but let's take a look at the floral ephemera bits and see how big of a cluster we're going to make down there at the bottom. So I think I'm going to make a cluster down here and then a little one up here, and then we'll have the banner up there. This is going to be a quick and easy layout, I think, just because everything in this collection is just gorgeous. I love everything in here, so that's a little bit big. We can use this one here. I do have this lemon already. I might add some more. I love the butterflies too. We could add the butterfly. And then here is a taller flower. Summer Dairy Farm. That's cute. Here's a yellow butterfly. I guess there's not as many flowers as I thought. It's more of the lemons, and then there's a few flowers mixed in. Oh, here's a flower here. That's super pretty. And then another yellow flower. Okay, and with the floral arrangements like this, you just want to throw them down, layer them, see what you can come up with, and not glue anything down until you have a little bit of an idea of maybe what might work and what you might need to change. I also don't want to glue the picture down yet because I might be tucking some of this under the picture. And let's see, we also have this flower. And then we have a bee. My friend Joanne wouldn't like the bee, but I think it's cute. She doesn't like bees. She had a bee invasion at her last home that she lived in, so I don't blame her for not liking them. It's got to be really hard when you have bees invading your home. They were like building a nest inside of her siding, and then they were coming in her house. Okay. My floral cluster is not quite working out like I was hoping it would. A lot of these flowers have it almost looks like wildflowers with all of these little leaves and branches on them. So not very many like just flowers. There's just a lot of really tall things, which is good, but doesn't really work for what I'm trying to do down here at the bottom of the layout. So I think I might look at the stickers to see what else we have on the sticker sheet. Maybe they have some things there that we could bring in. I think I might want to try to see if this would work up here, and then that way I would know how much space I have down there at the bottom. I really think I like this, and I think I'm going to put it right here at the top. We're just going to go with it. We're going to stick it down, and that way I can maybe move this up just a little bit. Okay, I really like that. Maybe we should just do some more lemons down here. Also have this flower. I really love how this cluster is coming out, but I'm not too sure about this down here. And I'm thinking, wouldn't it be cool if I used one of these banners down here instead of building a cluster? And I could either use part of this one here. This is really too big, but I definitely think I could cut it apart at some point and maybe use it there, or I could use this one. Let's see how big this is. I can pull this out. And instead of putting all of this down here, let's see how this would look across the bottom. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so I really love the placement of this here, but then this doesn't fit. But if I move this over and put it like right here next to the picture, I think that might work. Okay, so before I stick this down, I think I'm going to glue everything else down, and then I'm going to stick this down after. And I think I'm just going to set this over here on my table out of the way. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take a picture with my phone, my placement of everything, just to make sure that I can reproduce this when I stick everything back down. Okay, we're going to stick this down. I wanted to get that tallest flower on there just to make sure that I had the space for it. And just to get everything, I kind of stuck all this stuff together, and then I'm going to go ahead and figure out the placement. Sometimes it just makes it a little bit easier if you do that. I'm going to try to line it up. I'm going to go off the edge of the white cardstock here, which is what they were doing in the sketch. And before I press it down, I want to make sure I have that on there straight. So let me grab my T-square ruler here, and let's just take a quick measurement and make sure we have all of this on here straight, which it does look like that's on there straight, and the picture is also straight. So I did pretty good getting that on there. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and finish building out our cluster here. And we had this yellow flower that we had tucked underneath and kind of was hanging over. And I think I might pop that up with some foam tape. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll just grab some foam tape and add it to the back here. I like to do this when I'm working with floral clusters. I think it looks really pretty when you give it a little bit more dimension and you pop up some of your flowers with some foam tape. If you don't have foam tape, you can always use paper or cardstock and just glue it together until you build up however much of a thickness that you want for your dimension. And that works really well to use the cardstock. If you don't want it to stick up as much as the foam tape, you can just use 1 or 2 pieces of cardstock just to give a little bit of dimension. And you don't really even need to have foam tape. The foam tape makes it easier because you can just, I think you would probably have to do 4 or 5 or maybe 6 layers of cardstock to get the thickness of this Scotch foam tape. This is 3M. I like this brand. Okay, so we're just going to stick that down there and just kind of angle it. I like that it's hanging over this here. And then this other flower, I think I'm also going to pop this one up, but just the top of the flower, not the leaves. So let's go ahead and add some dimension to this one as well. And we're just going to add this flower over here. Okay, I think that looks pretty. Okay, so one of the other things that I want to bring in to use on this layout are some flare buttons from my button shop. So I do make custom flare buttons, and I have been working on some designs that would coordinate with the Simple Vintage Lemon Twist collection. And so these are the designs that I have come up with so far, and this will be in the shop probably this coming weekend, if not this weekend, Monday. I'm planning to add all of the July release buttons into the button shop. I did want to make a few changes to some of the designs on this, and I have already made this polka dot a little bit bigger and made the color a little bit lighter. And also the stripe, I made that aqua or teal color a little bit lighter. And I just made a few small changes, and I have to remake those buttons and make sure that they're going to be what I want before I put them into the store. I also think that I'd like to add a button in that has a saying, like for instance, this one has like squeeze the day or happy day or sweet life, or something else that would go along with the collection. Because right now I have two lemonade buttons. They're really cute, but I think that I could probably keep this one which says Farm Fresh Squeeze Lemonade and eliminate this other one that just has this ice cold lemonade sign on it, and then introduce another button that's black and white that has a saying on it. Let me hold this up so you can get a better look at the different buttons that I have available. And so there's some lemons. There's lemons on a gingham. We have more lemons on a yellow background. We have a yellow gingham, a black and white gingham, a polka dot with teal, yellow, black and white, and then a black and white floral. And so yeah, I think these came out really cute, and I want to use some of these on my layout. I think that would be a lot of fun. So we need to figure out a place. I think I'd like to use at least 3 of the buttons, maybe 1 in each cluster. So we can just go ahead and throw these on there and just kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like here. And just see, kind of play around with the different buttons to see what might look good. And I think I need to go ahead and put my banner sticker down here before I decide what button to use down here. All of these are so cute and they match so well. I could really use any of them. It's really cool. So I did decide to start doing this, and I can't really use the manufacturer's you know, the paper or the images from the actual collection, but I can use things that are representative and that would coordinate with the collection, that has the same colors and kind of the same look and feel. And so when I'm designing the buttons to go with the collection, none of these images are coming from Simple Stories. I'm just using these as, you know, I'd say they coordinate with the collection. They're not really part of that collection. And I am going to be creating more flare buttons for another collection from Simple Stories, and that is the Indigo Gardens. One of my viewers asked me to create buttons for that collection, and I had started working on that, but I'm finding that one is a little bit more of a challenge. And I created a few buttons that I like, but most of the buttons that I've created that I thought would go with Simple Vintage Indigo Gardens, it's not really working out, and I don't like them. So I'm having to kind of start over a little bit with that collection. But I'm also working on a new collection from Simple Stories, which is called the Vintage Ocean, and that one will be available in August. So the July release will have the Lemon Twist. August will have the Simple Stories Vintage Ocean, which is a new collection from Simple Stories. And then I'm also going to be working on a collection from Echo Park called New Day. That was another one that was requested by one of my viewers. So if you have a collection that you like, that you'd like to get some flare buttons for that collection to go with it, please leave me a comment on this video or send me an email to buttonshop@yespleasepapercrafts.com, and I'll add it to my list of potential future releases. I can create some buttons that will coordinate with that collection. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our banner sticker down here. And my sticker disappeared. Oh, it went over here. That's what happens when you have something sticky. It will, sometimes you'll lose it. Okay, so let's see, where do I want this to go? I'm thinking maybe right about here. And we're just going to stick that down. And that's really pretty. I love how that looks. And it really does fill in the space down here, and I like that really a lot. Now, I did want to use this little cut apart. I fussy cut this out of one of the cut aparts, and I love the Squeeze Me. I thought about putting it over here, but that makes it look a little bit busy, so I'm thinking maybe I'll pop it up onto some foam tape and possibly add it down here, but it's going to cover up this Happy Day. But you know, I could possibly just cut this off and move it over, because this is going to cover up most of that. I could just potentially just cut this banner apart and just scoot that over. So let's go ahead and try that. I should have probably done that before I stuck it down, but it would have been easier to cut it apart. But that's okay. We'll make it work. And I'm just going to cut this apart right at that tag. And some of this will be covered up by the other piece that I have there, so I'm not too worried about how good of a job I'm doing with cutting that apart. But I think if I did that, I could pop this up onto some foam tape, and then I could extend this out a little bit so that you would be able to see the Happy Day as well as this Squeeze Me. So let's go ahead and pop this up onto some foam tape. And I really definitely want to use this on this layout because I think it's perfect with that saying that says, "Squeeze me," as she's squeezing the puppy. I hope y'all are enjoying your weekend. I'm really happy to be participating in this YouTube hop with my friend 𝗬𝗵𝗁𝗃 because it is getting me into my craft room. I haven't been feeling very good, trying to deal with having COVID. And I've heard from a lot of people, a lot of viewers leaving comments that they are also have had COVID recently, or they have family members that have had COVID. And I hope you guys are doing okay out there. It's been going around here, just about everybody I know has somebody that they know that has COVID close to where I live. So it's going around. And it's funny because I tested positive for COVID on July the 3rd. I think it was July the 3rd. And then I needed to go to the dentist, but the dentist wouldn't see me because I had COVID. And even after 11 days, they told me they wouldn't see me. They said, go have a COVID test, and if you test negative, then we'll make you an appointment. Otherwise, you have to wait 3 weeks. So I have a temporary crown that's fallen out, or actually 3 of them. And I've been having some pretty major dental things. I've had some implants, and this has been a long process. I had braces for a while, and I had implants, and I've just been waiting. And now I have these temporaries, and I'm waiting for my permanent teeth to be made. They're at the lab. But in the meantime, they keep falling out. And the dentist won't see me. But I went ahead and had another COVID test 11 days after the first COVID test. I still tested positive for COVID. So, of course, the dentist would not schedule me an appointment, unfortunately. And then I found out from a nurse. I went to the nurse to get a B12 shot. And the nurse told me that she had worked at a COVID testing facility and that people usually would test positive for COVID for 30 days or more, which I had no idea and that was a thing, that you could get COVID and then be testing positive for COVID for that long. So I was kind of surprised by that. So I am just waiting. Hopefully this coming week, the dentist will schedule me an appointment. I get my crowns fixed. Right, and my car's in the shop right now too, so I feel like I'm falling apart. I did actually get my glasses. I had broken glasses for a couple months, and I finally managed to get new glasses that worked. So I'm really happy about that because now I can see. It's funny though how sometimes your life, you just kind of this needs to be at an angle because that's how it was on the original banner. So I'm just trying to get it in there without covering up the words. Okay, there we go. So that's cute. So I like that. That's really pretty. Okay, so now we can go ahead and see about what flare button we want to add down here. And I think I like that one up there. I kind of wish I would have done one with a saying like Sweet Life, or they have some really cute sayings in here. And I could make a flare button that has Zest for Life or Happy Day or something like that. So I think that's definitely one of the things I'm going to do. I could do Squeeze the Day. So all of those are really cute, and I could probably do something like that. In my last release that I have a button already that says Be Kind. That would be perfect to go with this collection too, but it's already in the shop. And so I could have actually made one of those. That would have been really cute. Okay, and then we have also these ones down here, and I was thinking about adding something over here. So we have Squeeze the Day, Sweet Life, My Main Squeeze, It's All Good, Sweet on You, Be Happy, and we also have these up here, which are cute. Good Day, Best. So many cute things on here. I don't even know what to use. Let's see. How about You're the Sweetest, Squeeze the Day. So I could do that one. I don't know. Nope, don't like it. Let's see, what else we got? I could yeah, I kind of like the black a little bit better. I just don't know where I need to put this, so where it would fit there. Maybe I could just stick it down here on the end like that. That's cute. I like that. Okay, so we like that one. I don't know if I really need more. They had a whole bunch, but I don't have as much space as they had on the sketch here. They had, their title was kind of more up here, and mine's kind of in the middle. So I think that's okay. I think I'll add some enamel dots. We'll add some butterflies, enamel dots. We have the flare buttons. So I think that's probably going to be good. Okay, so let's look at the flare buttons and figure out one that we could use down here. I like the one with the polka dots. That's cute. You can put that one there. I don't know, they're all so cute. I don't think that one works as good. I'm kind of leaning toward this polka dot. Kind of like that polka dot one. Yeah, I think that's really cute. I like that. It kind of brightens it up right there. And what we'll do to attach this, these flare buttons that I create are, they have a black plastic flat back. I do have the traditional metal back buttons, but most people buy these because they're they're less dimensional, but they still look like a flare button, and they sit flatter on your layout, so they don't add as much bulk to the layout, but you can still get a little bit of that dimension, which is super cool. And it does dip down a little bit, so there's room to put your foam tape on there, and the foam tape does not add any more dimension to the flare button, which is super cool. See if I can bring this up so y'all can see how flat it is. And see the foam tape, it'll stick to your layout, but it doesn't add any more dimension, which is super cool. Okay, so we're just going to stick that one right here. And then this one here, we're going to go, is going to go right here at the top above the title. So I wanted to just say thank you to everyone who is stopping by to watch my video. I do appreciate you guys. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I am doing kind of a little bit of a different style of video, kind of chatting and scrapping at the same time. It does take, the video, it makes the video a little bit longer, but it's a little bit faster than doing the speed up and the voiceover. That takes a lot of time. And I just don't have the energy or the time right now to do a voiceover. So we're just going to go with this, and hopefully y'all are enjoying seeing the scrapbook process in more real time. Okay, let's see, we're going to get some butterflies on here. And so I don't remember where I had my butterflies. I do think that I had the blue one over here. Yes, I like that. We're going to go with that one up there and this one here. I do want to put the bee on there, but I think that there was a sticker that was smaller than this little bee. I think I have a bunch of little stickers with bees on them. Okay, I think I'm going to put that bee right there to kind of cover up that other bee. And that's really cute. Okay, so I do want to maybe add a little bit more up here. And maybe pop something up into with some foam tape. So we could add, I did have this butterfly up here, but now I have the flare button. Okay, I could bring this down a little bit, and I'm just going to tack this little sticker under there. Okay, I think I'm going to add this down here with a little foam tape. And sometimes when I'm getting tired and I'm thinking about what I'm doing, I stop talking. So in the places in the video where I'm not talking and I'm not doing anything, I'm going to cut those out. I will do a little bit of editing for this video, just so it's not boring for you guys to watch it. So, all right, so we're going to just add that one right there. And I love having the extra dimension with the popping things up with foam tape or using flare buttons, and also the enamel dots. I think it really adds a lot to your layout when you have a lot of different things that are not just flat on your layout. So I'm just going to put foam tape on either side here, and I like doing that because then that way the wings are popped up, which is super cool. Okay, so I really think that I want something else up here at the top just to kind of make this cluster a little bigger. Let's see. But I don't want to cover up the Sweet Life. So I might need something else to go this way. Let's see, what else do we have? So I have some tickets. We have Be Happy, Love This, Sweetie. Good dude. Be Happy. And I think I might pop this up too. Okay, so I added a few more things to the layout. I moved the butterfly that was up here down here, and then added a little bee with these tickets, and then also added another butterfly up here. And just to kind of fill in this cluster a little bit more, also added another bee up here. So I have a bee in 3 places, and I have butterflies pretty much everywhere. I also have the butterfly added one here. So there was lots of butterflies and bees on this layout, which is really cute. Okay, so I have these enamel dots. These are from Gina Marie Designs. I think these are from AliExpress, these ones that I have here. I was looking for something that was black, that had the satin or velvet finish, and I came across these that I believe are from AliExpress. And then I have 2 packs of enamel dots from Gina Marie Designs. These are velvet, and so they look just like velvet. They feel like velvet. They're really cool. And I have this really pretty teal color, and then also the yellow, which I think is going to be perfect for this layout. So we're going to go ahead and use some of these enamel dots. And I'll put a link to where you can find Gina Marie Designs enamel dots. She has the most gorgeous enamel dots. They're awesome, and very reasonably priced. So let me go ahead and take these out of the packaging. I'm just going to scatter some enamel dots around the layout. I think I just lost a dot. It went flying, but I'm sure I'll find it. I'll probably step on it, end up stepping on it. These are super pretty. Let me hold these up so y'all can kind of see these. But look how cool they are. They're not shiny like traditional enamel dots, and they have a really neat texture to them, and I think they're really cool. Okay, so I'm going to start off by putting maybe a large yellow one here, the tiny black one, and a medium teal. It doesn't want to come off there. So we'll do something like that. I just want to fill in the space under there, under the title. Let's also add some up here at the top. So I'll do the medium yellow, a large black, and I think I'm going to move this one here, put that one there, and then we need a small teal color. I might move those around, but for now that's good. I'll just get them on there. Okay, I think I'm going to put some down here. So we already used a big one. I like to use 3 different sizes and so that and 3 different colors. I think that looks cute on a layout. It repeats the color and the sizes, but they're all different in the cluster, which I really like. Okay, so for this one, we're going to use a small yellow one. Okay, now what I like to do is to just look at it this way so that I can figure out if I want to make any changes. And I think I'm just going to move these around a little bit here. Okay, so I think that the last thing that I want to add to this layout are some of these honeybee stamps gem stickers. And I think that it would be pretty to put some of the gems in the butterflies. And so let's see what color maybe would look good on this layout. A lot of times I will use a clear gem, but I just think it would be fun to use a color. I'm not exactly sure which ones of these would work. Maybe this one here. Looks a little bit more that it has a gold than really yellow, a true yellow. But the green one is pretty. Let's see. There's not really a teal. There is this really pretty pearl color. Let's try that. This is like a white, super pretty. And I think I'll just add 3 of those. This adds a bit more sparkle and a little bit more detail to these butterflies. That's super pretty. I love that. Okay, so we're going to add some more of these to this butterfly here. Okay, I do want to add a little bit of sparkle to these butterflies that have like a side view, but I don't want to do it on the body. I think I'm just going to add it to the wings of each one of these butterflies. And that's just going to bring that sparkle around the layouts. And then I also have this butterfly here that's part of this banner sticker. So we're just going to add a few to that. Okay, these are really good as far as like sticking. They're stickers and they really do stick well. I don't usually add any additional glue when I use these honeybee gems. So that's super cool. Okay, I think that that pretty much finishes this layout. I love this collection. I love the colors. Teal and anything blue-green or green-blue is my favorite colors. And so I just love this collection so much. So I sure hope you guys enjoyed watching this scrapbook process video. And if you did, please give this video a like. If you would like to see more videos and you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe and join my channel. That would be super awesome. And I hope that y'all will join me next month for another scrapbooking layout with simple stories. And yeah, I'm super excited about finishing this layout. I can't wait for y'all to see it when I put the video up on YouTube. So let me go ahead and give y'all some close-ups of the layout. I just love how the clusters turned out for this layout. So I do have a short video clip of my two dogs, Bella and 𝗬𝗶𝗍, that I'm going to put at the end of this video. So if you want to see that, stick around to the end. And that's all I have. So y'all take care. Hope y'all have an awesome weekend, and I hope to see you next time. Bye now. Hi, my girls. How you doing today? You got anything else you'd like to say, Miss Bella? You sure got a lot to talk about. Yeah? Yeah? Uh-huh. Yeah. I know. We've not been feeling good. I know. And Mama's been sick. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And now the car's broken. So I can't take you anywhere. You look quite upset, Miss Bella. And Miss Mariah went home. Yeah. Yeah, she went back home. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Okay. Okay, that's enough. All right.